is holding the post as an in charge. There is a difference between two.
Your Lordship, on that count, my lords, I'm relying on your Lordship judgment and the judgment of the Honorable Apex Court, which says that if there is a, if I may supply, it says that if there is a, the poster is holding the current charge of the concerned post, he can perform those functions and discharge those duties, my lords.
कहाँ लिखा है पढ़िएगा सुप्रीम कोर्ट का जजमेंट.
Yes, my lords. That is para number 11.
Para 11 पढ़िएगा.
On the contrary, this is last fifth line. On the contrary, this court has observed therein that the confirmed holder of a substantive post would be discharging the functions attached to the post, and when someone is placed in that very post in an officiating capacity or directed to hold charge of the post, he would be required to perform the duties and discharge the functions of the post rendering identical service. So, even in this case, executive engineer was given.
एक सेकंड सुनिए, वो बाबिश के पास जाइएगा, बोले कल वो जीडी सर्कुलर कोट किया था, उसको लेकर आइए.
Even in this case, executive engineer was given the current charge of superintendent engineer with full power, my lord.
Full power क्या चीज होती है, थोड़ा समझना चाहते हैं इसको.
Your Lordship, this would mean, my lords, for example, my lords, if superintendent engineer is absent for few days, my lords, and executive engineer is directed to discharge those functions, my lords, he will not be liable to, or he will not have the authority to discharge the functions in full capacity. Let's say for the instance of disciplinary action only, my lords, because that will not amount to substantive holding of that post. But in this case, this amounts to substantive holding of this post.
अच्छा, देख लेते हैं सर. कहाँ है वो ऑर्डर जिससे कि इनको पूरी अथॉरिटी दी गई है?
That is annexure R1, along with my reply.
आप इसका इसी कवरिंग मेमो का पेज है कि R1 पढ़िएगा, क्या लिखा है?
Below the table it is mentioned.
जी.
The above officers are given current charge of superintendent engineer with full powers of superintendent engineer of the company as per DOP issued white letter number so and so.
Where is this DOP?
That is the typed copy which I filed.
What DOP कहाँ है?
Yes. Page number. DOP with respect to disciplinary actions.
Page number?
The page number 3 of the covering memo. That is the typed copy. But I have also filed the legible copy of the entire disciplinary action.
Where is the DOP? It says that DOP जो है 24/1/2013 का कहाँ पर है?
It was R2 with my reply, but it was not legible, so I filed the covering memo of the typed copy.
पढ़ें क्या लिखा क्या है इसमें?
My lords,
आप पढ़ सकते हैं.
DOP only the relevant extract only establishes that SE has the power to issue to take disciplinary action.
That is not disputed. Where it says, where this DOP of 2013 says that in charge can exercise the full powers. ऐसा कहाँ है DOP में? DOP पढ़ के तो बताइए थोड़ा सा.
I will fairly submit, DOP does not say that in charge can. It merely says that.
आपने तो यही कहा R1 में.
Yes,
कि in terms of R1 जो आपने पढ़ा.
Yes, your lordship.
ठीक है. The above officers are given current charge of SE with full powers of superintending engineer of the company as per DOP issued white letter number इतना dated 24/1/2013. कहाँ है 24/1/2013 का? आपने जो टाइप कॉपी लगाई वो सितंबर 2013 की लगाई है, डेलीगेशन ऑफ पावर.
It must have come to effect around 24th September.
नहीं, there are no presumptions. When it comes to law, there cannot be any presumption.
In any case,
please show me that this DOP of 2013 says that even a holder of current charge will exercise the full powers of the post, be it statutory or otherwise. कहाँ है वो? थोड़ा सा बताइएगा, पढ़ के बताइएगा.
DOP does not mention this specifically.
Then that's the end of the matter.
Judgment I am relying.
Judgment I will distinguish.
There is one more judgment of your lordship only.
गलत उस वक्त उतना. Everybody evolves with over a period of time.
But in that case, your lordship had distinguished and accepted that if there is a current charge, then it can be done.
ठीक है, चलिए अभी दूसरा ऑर्डर इसको ले जाइएगा. this
इसमें मैं
petition is filed.
एक चीज और बताना चाहूंगा मतलब ये जो चार्ज शीट जारी किया एग्जीक्यूटिव इंजीनियर ने किया, इंक्वायरी ऑफिसर इंक्वायरी एग्जीक्यूटिव इंजीनियर ने अपॉइंट किया और पनिशमेंट ऐसी ने जारी किया है।
कहाँ है वो?
P2 देख रहे हैं मतलब चार्ज शीट में इम्प्यून ऑर्डर में भी लिखा है, पर P2 देख रहे हैं मतलब
P2
आप मेरे
कार्यालय कार्यपालन अभियंता।
यस मेलर इसने चार्ज शीट और इसी ने एडिशनल चार्ज शीट जारी की विच इज एन एग्जैक्ट P3 कार्यपालन अभियंता पेज नंबर 23 मिनट और इसी ने इंक्वायरी ऑफिसर अपॉइंट किया विच इज पेज नंबर 28 इन एग्जैक्ट P4 और पनिशमेंट ऑर्डर इंचार्ज इसी ने किया है।
Petitioner's contention is that petitioner who is working on the post of OA grade 3 in the office of the superintending engineer, Madhya Pradesh PURVE Kshetra VIDYUT VITRAN Company Limited, within bracket O&M Circle Singrauli, was given a charge sheet by the executive engineer O&M division CD on 18/8/2017 and thereafter inquiry was conducted and punishment was inflicted by the in charge superintending engineer. Full stop. It is submitted that it was officer, whereas as per the delegation of powers, it is the additional chief engineer / superintending engineer in charge of circle who has full powers for class 3 and class 4 employees under administrative control. Full stop. Thus, bringing this fact to the notice of the court, it is submitted that since the disciplinary authority is the respondent is the additional chief engineer or the superintending engineer, therefore, executive engineer had no authority to issue a charge sheet or appoint an inquiry officer or the presenting officer. Full stop. Besides this, it is submitted that the order annexure R1 on which lot of reliance is placed by Shri Shubham Manchani appointing Shri
GD Tripathi,
GD Tripathi, executive engineer, as a superintending engineer O&M CD on current charge basis is as contained in annexure R1 makes a mention of the fact that the above officers are given current charge of SE with full powers of superintending engineer of the company as per DOP issued wide letter number MPPK/ADO/9368 9638 dated 24/1/2013. Full stop. When next pair, Shubham Manchani is asked to show from record that whether the said DOP dated 24/1/2013 permits the authorities to bestow complete authority of the superior post on a person holding a current charge. He submits that document is not available on record. Full stop. As far as annexure R2 is concerned, typed copy of which is filed by Shri Shubham Manchani yesterday, it is evident that in part A of section 4 dealing with disciplinary action, additional chief engineer / superintending engineer in charge of circle has been given full powers for class 3/4 employees under administrative control. Full stop. The next para. There is a difference between in charge of circle and in charge of the post. Full stop. The stipulation in R2 is in charge of circle. That means that in charge superintending engineer or additional chief engineer, as the case may be, who is in charge of the circle, can exercise powers of administrative control over class 3 and class 4 employees. In charge of circle cannot be read to be a person holding charge. There is a difference between in charge and holding charge, and therefore that being the distinction law laid down by Supreme Court, as on which reliance is placed by the counsel for the respondent, namely Gopalji Khanna versus Allahabad Bank and others, will not be applicable in view of the GAD circular dated. हम लोग इतना टाइम लगाते हैं, कुछ कर नहीं पाते. ताबिश को बुलाइए. अब ताबिश को बुलाइए. आप लोग 1 घंटे में तो कुछ कर नहीं पाते. ताबिश कहाँ है? ताबिश कहाँ है? क्यों नहीं है? मेमो जारी करिए उनको. क्यों नहीं आते टाइम से? मेमो जारी करिए उनको. नहीं, दिस इज नॉट प्रॉपर. आप उनके खिलाफ एक्शन के लिए लिखिए रजिस्ट्रार. यहाँ काम रुकता है. मान लीजिएगा उनसे, वो जेडी सर्कुलर पूरा कोट करिएगा.
WP 1454 में कल ऑर्डर.
हाँ, वही वाला दीजिएगा.
1454/24.
सुनिए मिस्टर प्रजापति, ये 1454/2024 की कॉपी निकाल के देंगे. Wherein it is held as under. Right. Taking that's GAD circular, which is applicable to the instrumentalities of the state, including Madhya Pradesh Vidyut Vitran Company. Madhya Kshetra है कौन सी? पूर्व क्षेत्र विद्युत वितरण कंपनी लिमिटेड, comma, impugned order of punishment cannot be sustained in the eyes of law. The whole departmental inquiry is being vitiated due to exercise of authority by a person who was incompetent, comma, is hereby quashed. Liberty is however reserved that if the competent authority requires, may issue a fresh notice and initiate the inquiry. Inquiry किस स्टेज पे थी?
Your Lordship, it was completed penalty.
अच्छा, ठीक.
टर्मिनेशन ऑर्डर टर्मिनेट कर दो.
may examine the material which has been produced during the inquiry and take a decision on the basis of the said material after following the principles of natural justice.
इसमें टर्मिनेशन था इसका, तो
क्या करें?
रीइंस्टेटमेंट
तो हो ही गया ना, क्वेश्चन कर ही दिया ना.
बस बैक भेज मेरा छुट्टी आज.
Great. Let said decision be taken by the competent authority within a period of 30 days from the date of communication of this order.
Great.
Number 4. Ramasankar Yadav.
In this case, the departmental